Do you guys get a feeling we forgot to do something?
Nah.
No, what actually happened is, remember that week that you were here and you popped in and then you were like, oh, I've actually got a headache. Do you mind if I just go?
Yeah,
You
because
guys
I
can
was
do
like,
it."
is there anything on this week? And it was like,
Yeah.
no, there's nothing. And then I pieced. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the week we were supposed
Yeah.
to do between the
Well,
cushions.
why didn't you two record between the cushions?
Because you fucked it up for us.
Because I fucked it up for you. That is
Fucked up the rhythm.
That's fucking horseshit.
That's why I blamed it on you anyway. So I was just like, me and Ash discussed the other week. We're like, should we record? I was like, should we just record one this week or do we just skip 2 weeks and then just like, at least it's back in the rotation? So
See, we could have recorded one, but then we could have released one last week. But then Dylan's schedule for all the release dates would have had to been moved. And no, that couldn't happen. So.
Yeah, it's got to be very. Yeah, that's fair.
Did you get in a fight at the NRL, buddy?
I didn't. It's actually an ingrown hair that I had to fucking pluck out on my face here. And then, because I knew I was going to be in photos, Kim's been away for 5 days because she's in Orange doing like styling work and stuff. I'm like, fuck, I really hope this dies down a bit before the game because I'm going to be with friends. And then I'm like, nah, it's not. And then I'm like, okay, did Kim leave any like makeup here? So then I'm like, yeah, she did. Oh, cool. So then I just did a little patch job.
You concealed well because I couldn't notice in the pictures you had up on Twitter.
Yeah, so because I was wearing whatever I was wearing the powder or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I just chucked a little bit on my hand and just blended it in.
Then just
Maybe
basically
like
looking right.
Video call her and be like, "Hey, honey, how do I make up?"
No, that's what YouTube's for.
Is this?
Mate, I was an adolescent with
50% makeup tips.
I was an adolescent with not the best skin care or acne and stuff. So I was very adept at being able to use makeup and concealer and stuff.
I was a theater kid.
I worked in a pharmacy for 13 plus years, so I had like an infinite level of woman that would help me.
Nice. More skill. It's either work at a pharmacy for 10 years or have a sister.
That's it. And now I have such a good like shaving regime that I've had since, I don't know, the last 20 plus years, 25, 26 years, whatever, maybe a little bit longer. But like just with my whole routine of like exfoliating and using face cleansers and moisturizers and stuff. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to age well.
That's why you look younger than Ashley.
Yeah.
The skincare, bro.
Ash looks 46. Yeah. So
Ashley's yeah.
And I dye my hair, so maybe that's a little bit.
And
I've got some greys coming in on the side.
A bit of salt and pepper.
A couple here. No, I'm not a fan.
Why not? No. Salt and pepper.
Wow,
you look dashing.
No.
You could be dashing.
And why are you hating on Brendan?
Brendan looks good, and Brendan's got a beard. Remember, I like being clean shaved, and I like being pretty. Okay, all these other people that are all these other people that have the beard and then a salt and pepper, they look more like regal and
you could be a pretty silver fox.
Handsome. They're all handsome boys, and I'm a pretty boy. Big difference. I grew up when Queer Eye for the straight guy and metrosexuals, so that's my brand. Okay.
I have I've had a few greys come through like in the depths of this, like not spotting, but I've spotted a few.
Yeah, since starting Explosion Network.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference. Yeah. It's stress induced.
No. His moment of
6 years.
He's not the close to heart attacks where he's driven himself to the hospital for heart problems. You know?
Hey, but so you remember how I was talking about healthcare and all that?
Yeah, health insurance. Yeah,
I get free ambulances here.
You get free ambulance in Tasmania. That's hilarious. That's is hilarious.
Did you have free ambulance last year?
Stupider that you drove yourself.
Yeah.
Is it just a thing, like a normal thing in Tasmania because there is so few people?
I googled it afterwards. The states have their own like ambulance. Like every state has their own ambulance thing. So
but generally,
which makes sense.
And Tasmania is so small.
Generally okay.
Yeah, afford to.
They're trying to.
Yeah.
They're like, look, the Tasmanian ambos are like, please just do something, okay? Please just hurt yourself so we can come and get you, okay? You got a slight cold? I can take you.
No, the huge difference is I've seen those those ambulance TV shows, reality TV show. I've seen what they get called up for. Oh, my fucking son's having an asthma attack. Tell him just to breathe bigger, mate. Like, come on, like, stop wasting the ambulance time.
Sorry, what?
So what you're really scared of is a reality TV crew coming out of the ambulance. You're like,
isn't that the biggest fear of most people? A reality TV crew are just jumping out of an ambulance, like when you're like mid-death. By the way, weirdest thing today, I had two customers today at work, both like just tell me they were going to die soon, which is very weird. Like, it was a very like morbid day for me. I was like, this one customer, I was like, who was just buying a toaster. I'm like, hey, do you want to like get the 3-year cover on that? They're like, is it transferable? I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. They're like, yeah, because we're probably going to die within 3 years. I'm like, cool, nice to know. Like,
at least it's inside 3 years and not like inside a week. That's because they're
were they at least elderly?
Yeah, they were elderly.
Oh, okay.
And then I was doing like a phone thing for someone else, and they were and then they were like, I was like, oh, it's not locking, like it's, this isn't a 12-month thing or anything like that. But like, it's fine, I'll probably be dead under 12 months anyway. I was like, cool, you're the second person to make like very morbid remarks about your age to me today. That's totally fine.
We've got two people that work in the industry. I need to ask the question, right? And
what's the industry?
The industry of it, right? Is that
the industry of the retails.
Of the retails, especially like specifically the retailers that you two work for. How much of a
retailer?
Scam well, it's the same business, but how much of a scam is the insurance? Like,
it's not. It's not. Idiots that watch a current affair think that's a scam.
Yeah, but
Kieran,
like, no,
idiot.
It's not. I don't watch a current affair. The only reason is like, how often does something like?
I've claimed 2 PS5 controllers outside of the first year warranty in the extended care. I've claimed a soundbar. I've claimed headphones, all that were faulty. I've had other items that I have not claimed because they didn't go faulty.
On my side, here's something else. So let's say you buy like a microwave or something.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with like 12 months manufacturer's guarantee or whatever. Cool, it breaks, has to get sent off for repair. You're without a microwave for like a few weeks or anything like that. If you've got like cover on it for 3 or 5 years, because it's under $500, it's automatic swap over in the store in the day.
It's the same, yeah.
Okay.
So
it's basically you could have like ACL rights after the manufacturer's warranty, but what this does is just gives you a guarantee, and then sometimes it gives you features that are better than the ACL. That's all.
And you don't have to fuck around with the ACL.
That's what I was.
There you go.
You know what? I was just asking.
Was that a test? Did we pass? Was it a pass?
What's the wording? You may or may not be covered, but this just gives you certainty or whatever it is.
It's car rental insurance.
That's the thing, because I've bought so many of them, but I think I've
it's health insurance. It's the real scam, isn't it, Kieran?
Nope, health insurance.
No, you know what it was? The scam is the scratch discs.
That's fucked. That's a scam.
That's a scam. It's $5, but still, you could use that $5 for something else.
Scratch protection. Come on.
I think I did buy that once back in the day when I was like 18. Like I was like, yeah, sure. Like
maybe if you have kids, that would make more sense. But
that's fair.
What is the odds of you? What? Unless you're a shitty person who like puts the discs everywhere, like a psycho. I can't imagine any situation.
I knew someone. I knew someone in high school who
people
you'd go to his house and like there would just be PlayStation game discs, like several out of their cases just upside down on the coffee table, and there are people.
Definitely people like growing up that I would make mental notes of. I'm not lending to you.
Yeah, the same. They'll be like, hey, can I lend this game? I'm like, nah, dude. No way. I'll bring it down to your house. We can play it for a day. But can you lend of it for a period of time of which I'm not there to babysit you? No.
Having it out of my view for like more than 5 minutes, yeah.
No, that's not going to happen. Not going to float for my boat. I'll do it. And the amount of times people are like asked to borrow Blu-rays, like in high school and stuff like that, or at like through college and stuff. People are like, can I borrow this Blu-ray and stuff? And I'm like, nah.
Gets written down in my little notes.
I'm sure
by who it does. And I had a few people that fucked me over, and I just like never asked them about it ever again because we just like weren't talking as much. But then I just made a mental note. All right, don't talk to that person ever again. They're on the blacklist.
Remember, like 10 years ago, I had a mutual friend, and they had a box set of like 3 of the early DC animated movies. This box set, and I went over there, like I was with another friend, and this was the mutual friend, and we went to their place, and he was showing off like all these Blu-rays. I was like, fuck yeah, man. Like I haven't watched those. I just mentioned like I hadn't watched them. He's like, yeah, man, just borrow it. He's like, you we'll see each other again. We'll totally like it's fine. You give it back later. Nah. I've still got it. I've still got this.
Dylan, you know where he lives.
Yeah,
you're at the house.
I did, and there was a period where I was like, do I just like drive by and like just knock on the door?
Yes.
Mail them.
This is the same thing as
put them in a package.
But what if they moved? No, mail it to someone
then
else.
You've got
their freebies.
Like, this is the same. I've currently got
stake out the house. That's what the length is to go to. You know, make sure they are living there. Then drop them off.
Order a pizza to the door, right? And then you intercept the pizza delivery person.
It's like, hey, you look familiar. Do I borrow some DVDs from you? I've got them sitting in my car right now. Done. Problem solved.
You know the worst part is the best part is I guarantee because he had a fuck ton of movies. Like he had like set.
If you're about to say, he doesn't, he wouldn't have noticed.
No, I don't reckon he knows. No, I reckon he noticed a year later.
Someone in Tasmania got a list. Dylan's name on it.
Maybe even
3 movies.
Like, guarantee if I bumped into this person now and be like, hey man, you know, like I borrowed this Blu-ray box set off of you 10 years ago, they would be like, nah, I don't remember that at all.
Well, I've got one friend that's on my list, and if I bumped it down, I'm like, hey, you borrowed Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels off me in 2007? And I never got it back.
My God. Oh, my God.
That guy's got a PhD now, so he can afford to buy me one. I want the Blu-ray now.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, upgrade my copy. I need it.
Unless you still got the copy.
Get me the metal box, the metal tin.
Google the like Video Easy Blockbuster overdue fee and just do the math on how much it actually owes.
Account for inflation.
Yeah, add in for inflation as well and figure out how much he owes you for all that. So that'd be really weird, really crazy. I was gonna ask everyone. I haven't watched it, but obviously I've seen it on Twitter and everything. Backlash, right?
Mm.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The show.
My one takeaway from this is. So if WWE does massive internationally, does that mean they will tour more?
Not necessarily. Obviously, Puerto Rico, it's much easier. It's the same time zone.
Puerto Rico helps at the fact that they had
jump on a boat.
Well, no, but like that they had an ongoing relationship with Bad Bunny, who's kind of like their crossover.
You got ongoing relationship with Bad Bunny. They've got history with Puerto Rico. A lot of wrestling stars in the past come from the country, and that it's a really nice place to go, from what I can tell. But also, it's a country that's been hit hard by recent natural disasters and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of goodwill in going there and performing and that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, combine that with AEW. Like nearly
selling 60,000 tickets, haven't they?
Yeah, like approaching 70,000 on Wembley. Like combine that. So if that does really well, then does that mean that AEW tours more?
Well, they're touring a whole month in Canada, right?
I think they get
does
to
that
the point.
Count Canada?
Yes.
That's America. That's just America.
That's America's hat, right?
It's America's hat.
But it depends, right? Because I think it depends on the situation. Because I went to the WWE live show at the MCG 3-4
Super
years
show
ago now. The Super Show. And from my point of view, that kind of wasn't the greatest show in the world. Like I was in the actual MCG's like level 1, but that was really far away from the ring. Still was good. I was annoyed because Daniel Bryan was performing and I was really excited to see him, and it was Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. And I was like, oh, that match started and I really need to go to the toilet. So I was like, this is going to be a long match anyway. I'm going to quickly go take a leak. I'll come back. It was a 30-second squash match, and I never saw anything.
It's a house show, bro. It was never going to be a long match. Come on.
But like
that was the blow off to their massive feud, right?
Like that was there was like it was the blow off to like the whole talking smack segments. It was like the build up to that, and I was like, this is fine. We've already had a couple
entrance. Like you went.
No, I watched. No, legit. I watched Daniel Bryan's entrance. The Miz started his entrance. I was like, right.
You're like, yes. I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. And then I remember as I'm like walking out of the toilets and I like go up the stairs at the MCG because they're like in the basement for level 1. And then I hear the bell ring and I was like, Are you fucking kidding me?
You flushed the toilet. 1, 2, 3.
I was like, are you kidding?
That was just also, backing into the bathroom, like, yes.
I will be completely honest. So I legit paid whatever I paid for those tickets just to see an Undertaker entrance once in my life. It didn't matter that the Brothers of Destruction DX match was fucking horrible. Or I don't know if it was that. No, it was
it was just him versus Triple H.
It was the singles match, but with the other two in their corners. Yes, because Sean was in Drip's corner and Kane was in, but it may as well have been a tag match in the end because it just ended up brawling outside for ages and it was a terrible finish. But I was like, I'm just paying.
You remember a lot of this? How long ago was this?
This was like 3-4 years ago now.
Yeah, you remember a lot. I mean, even Ash knows a lot.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I remember that was where Buddy Matthews won
pivotal Australian moment, sporting moment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like
Michael Ball went down for that one.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was I hope they just do it in better locations. Like I think Marvel would be really good for it. I think it needs to be a more indoor venue. Like I like the MCG is cool, but fuck, the MCG is massive. Even when you compare it to the arenas that they do WrestleMania and stuff in.
Yeah, it's almost like they need a 52,000 seat stadium. That's the best stadium in Australia that has a best view anywhere you sit.
Yeah, it's like some sort of.
If only we had one of those.
Some
that
sort
had great
of
weather, even though it's outside.
Yeah,
Is
somewhere
really
place that
weather?
won't
you guys
rain
get flooded
regularly.
like every couple of years.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't. It's 2011, and then 2022.
So last year. So in recent memory.
No, hold on. Wasn't your fucking street flooded last year, Kieran?
Wasn't
that's fucking Shepparton. We're fine. They're these spooky that Queensland's weather's great and shit when
it is. You just if you don't want any rain, you just don't go come up here in November to January. That's all.
We just go further west.
Even though I think the WWE event was like November, December that year.
It's a roll of the dice when it's around then. You could have the best weather all full time, or it could be hammering down in a house.
I still get it
for half an hour.
If AEW or WWE do come, it's going to be Melbourne or Sydney though.
Oh yeah, hopefully we'll go to that one. Surely.
I'm telling you, if AEW comes,
are you pulling that face because of the fucking New Japan and nobody else going to the New Japan event in
Wollongong?
It's like Wollongong.
Albury Wodonga.
Yeah.
I went to the
Sydney one. That's right. Yeah.
I went to the Sydney one of those, Tamahashi. And I'm pulling that face because if AEW comes out, we better get priority tickets.
We better get priority. Well, actually,
someone better pull some strings.
Somebody's got an in, all right? Somebody's got an in.
Someone has to have gotten an in at this point,
Somebody has
gotten an in at the ground level.
At the ground
I'm telling you,
knows EVPs at the
if AEW announce the Australia tour, I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be a great message of, hey, you've seen the news, are we all committed? Thumbs up. And it better be all thumbs up because
it'll be all thumbs up. But
I need one person to just get on the tickets. I just need.
I'll give you 3 thumbs up.
No, there's only one person that is getting on the tickets. There's only one person that is getting on the tickets, and it's not going through the fucking ticket menu.
There'll be somebody doing some sliding.
There is some sliding going on. All right, you better slide.
But also, we should get on the tickets just in case,
just in case
that lead falls
just
through.
In case, but at the same
or they're
time,
really busy and they don't notice. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I'd be excited to see. I think WWE should eventually come. I don't know if they'll come to Australia. They like turning up in Australia. Like there was the New Day.
I'm pretty sure they're going to come to Australia soon. I mean, half their roster's Australian, so.
But the thing is, they're more likely to randomly show up in like Adelaide because of Rhea Ripley.
Lame.
That would be lame. There's no way. They're not going to go that. They're not going to go to Adelaide just because of Rhea Ripley.
We've already ranked the states last week or 2 weeks
we
ago.
all agreed that no one remembers South Australia.
Episode 300 Explosion. Yeah.
No, but
I'm actually not sure if that segment made the cut of the podcast. I can't remember.
It's just the whole entire stream. Yeah.
Can I just? I don't know if you guys have read this yet, and this is my only thing about why I'm very much just off the WWE
Oh, I forgot to say, Kieran. By the way, can we all just take a moment to Kieran as the British person? God save the king.
I'd seen nothing on it. I just went to visit my parents like about an hour ago, and they had a fucking documentary about Charles playing. I was like, you guys, and like last night, and I was talking to him this morning because it was Mum's birthday today, and she's like, yeah, we were up till like midnight waiting for it to go, and then it was getting a bit too late, so we went to bed. And I was like, fucking hell!
What do you think was going to happen? They're going to stick a crown in his head.
Funny thing is, I'm walking back from Magic Round on the Saturday night, and we'll pass. So 3 games. So it's probably like 10:30 or 11. I'm walking back to the city to get something to eat, and they had the big screen there, and all I see is the marching. I'm like, what? What the hell is this? Because it looked like firefighters or police, like with the suits that they're wearing. Red. So I'm like, what is going on? And they're like, oh, the king is getting coronated, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, Charles, they're doing the coronation. I'm like, wasn't he king like ages ago? Didn't this why is this taking so? So I didn't even know it was on. So I must have missed that segment of Twitter or something.
You missed a lot
of world news.
Of world news. Yeah. I'm stuck in my little echo chamber.
With back to Backlash really quickly. Oh well, WWE in general. Did you guys? So
you're not very British, are you? Fuck.
No,
come on.
I've lived.
Just set you up.
I'm
what are your feelings on the coronation quiche?
There was a coronation quiche.
There's only one royal in Kieran's life.
There's only one royal,
and their surname is Spencer.
Oh,
double entendre, baby.
Did you guys fucking see, right? So WWE have said, hey, boys, we're bringing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship back. We're going to put it on Raw because, we're keeping it away from Roman because Roman's too good and everybody else kind of sucks. So here's your consolation prize. They've announced this week that SmackDown wrestlers are going to be competing for the World Heavyweight title.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. What is the point of the brand split?
Because the Raw's winners, Raw wrestler's going to win it. That's why.
But so what's the point of putting it on SmackDown?
So they have programming on SmackDown.
What is the point? You've just done a draft. This week was supposed to be hey, we've started off the draft rosters this week. But no. Fucking hell. You got fucking Gunter celebrating his wedding.
Gunter.
I'm just posting really wholesome things I've seen on Twitter this week. I'm like, my God.
Kayfabe's dead.
Kayfabe is dead. He's the ring general.
He's the dance floor general.
He is the dance floor general. Did you see that video, Dylan? He was like in his wedding dance.
He was going off. I saw it. Yeah. He was going good. It's going off. Well, legend. All right, let's record Arcade Couch.